All right, folks. We're in the midst of broadcasting to both of our platforms here. Oop, we have some audio.
Hi, everyone. It's 5:03 p.m. in New York. Wine time.
Oh, good. Not yeah. So I'm not hearing any of that echo anymore. Yeah, welcome. I think we're on in both scenarios. Welcome, folks. We're here for what is going to be, we think, an exciting next couple of sets. Nana, you're with me for this penultimate set.
Oh,
And look at these scores here at the bottom three. These matches are super tight. We're going to keep an eye on all of them. But I think we decided we're going to start with the Bailey Robinson match, which is that one right in the middle of your screen. It's a 12 imp difference. Lots of stuff going on in fact, let me get to the correct part of the screen. Let's give you guys number 7 if you're not able to see it. There is number 7, Juster Goo also. So let's hop in, Dana. We have our table in play right here. And this might look familiar for people for Josh playing with a different partner. This was kind of the lineup last time, Dana, except
okay.
we had Josh playing with a different partner. He was playing with Bailey in the last set. And hang on one second while I get our cameras in here, and we'll be ready to go.
Why?
All right, that was a
So this
quick
is a
quick 11 tricks.
fun and action-packed table. We've missed a flat first board.
Exactly. Not the
So
worst
good
board to
planning.
miss.
Yeah.
And at the other table, we will see the result whenever they get to it. We're a little bit ahead at this table of them, but it's very early in the set. These guys don't all. I've played against most of them. None of them seem like terribly deliberate players. Are you familiar with the speeds at this table, Dana?
Um, I believe that Finn and Ish are extremely fast. Uh,
Yeah,
I have played a little bit with Finn. Jadon and RT, I don't know. I would expect that pair to be the more deliberate of the two pairs.
got it. Just because you know how fast one of the other pairs is.
Right. um,
Now, Joe Gruen and Sontag, that's
was that a partnership ever?
I don't know, but that would be the fastest partnership in history, probably.
Santi played cards faster than I could see them. It was actually plays cards faster than I can see them.
Yeah. All right, so hand number 2, one heart, Michaels, and partner partner in the north here kind of knows what suits his partner's probably looking at, or what
Every
minor
once in a
suit.
while,
Yeah,
every
maybe.
once in a while, there's a 5-5
Yeah,
big
bingo.
surprised. Um, but yes, not a call that North is super excited about hearing.
Would you usually just let discretion be the better part of valor and bid 2 spades, or is this hand it's 2 aces and a jack? Anything else crossing your mind?
I think white on red, I would just bid two spades, and let partner come alive if. But North has made a different judgment here. It's very reasonably.
Yeah, yeah, because I guess they don't hate the other suit as badly as much, and if it is diamonds, it's okay.
If it's diamonds, it's Yahtzee, right? If
Yeah,
it's diamonds.
right. And wait, this is the second day I've heard a Yahtzee reference from you. Now, this was
Oh,
childhood trauma or childhood excitement?
I'm just honestly, Rob, I'm just old, getting old.
I mean,
Nobody, no Gen Zer is like, oh,
well, that makes me ancient then.
bingo. So interesting.
Four
Jadon has
clubs.
chosen to bid four clubs.
He wants to
Maybe
show
they,
kind of,
maybe he could theoretically be very light here. So he's showing a real one, perhaps.
yeah, and maybe 2 no Trump showed, well, I guess 2 no Trump has to be able to be a bid to get out in a minor with anything, right?
Do you normally play to know, for more interest in the minor and three clubs is pass or
Pass or
correct? Less,
correct. Yeah, maybe that's what
yeah,
they're kind of differentiating here.
a useful tool that a lot of players use to try to, get the invitational hands across when they're more interested in the minor.
Right, right. Very good point.
So I mean, let's if they do get to five clubs.
The ten of clubs Doubleton is not the worst holding, and I mean it's a king jack tight of diamonds in that spot there. Spades are 3-3. I mean, is there anything
I
not
think
going
they're gonna
right?
roll it. Yeah.
Is there anything not going right on this hand? Is the question.
Depends on which side, what your perspective is.
Yeah. Well, thank you.
Oh, Ish very reasonably on this,
Took a
invitational
rip at it.
auction rips it.
This is going to be a
Uh,
fun hand for Jadon's playing this here.
yeah. On forcing defense, probably best hearts.
Yeah, you mean for those of you watching, forcing defense meaning trying to get the declarer to tap out of their trump suit, right? And here they've actually gotten off to a diamond, and can't tell how that's going to be, but I'm going to sweat the other table too and just keep an eye on those other scores as well, Dana. So
Oh, excellent. See if anything. Yeah. So the other room here stopped very reasonably in two spades, as I probably would have playing with myself. Um, this two this lead is not going to give Declare too much heartache. Going to kind of. I mean, he might misguess the ton of clubs. So he might play club to the jack, and then on the way back, regardless of whether East rises, hook the nine,
yeah.
which would not be success.
At the other table, just so everybody knows, we have a familiar face sitting south in Josh Don's seat, David Berkowitz. Might sound familiar with Steve Garner, his partner in the north chair. And Aaron Jones west, Owen Lean east. We saw a little bit of these guys earlier as well, because this has been one of the tighter matches all day. So it's nice to see the different lineups and get the whole flavor of the team.
One of the nicer teams
Yeah, for sure.
that I'm rooting against.
Well, it's a generational team too. You have your dad, who's like the old guard, and you have Finn,
True.
comparing with him. It's great. Olivia was at some point after yesterday. Actually, after yesterday's session, she had part of two partnerships in the top 10 or 12 of the Butler. It's pretty cool.
Not surprising at all.
Yeah, that's pretty great though.
Oh, so of course, Josh has
Nailed
pitched
it.
a spade. So my theoretical way for him to go wrong is not going to manifest because he doesn't have that option now.
Yep. And now that's like, oh my goodness, did that really just happen?
Yeah,
And
you'll be pleasantly surprised,
yep.
and Ish will be sad.
I mean, it wasn't too hard to blame him for that little
No,
the spec double there after the auction, but it's a nice 550 for the north south pair here. 9 imps to Bailey. But this match is again, it's been back and forth pretty much all day, so we can't really expect too much. And in our second set, we literally had no boards that were chops until both pairs went down 3 in different contracts, and then also went down 3 doubled or something in another contract. So it was the most exciting bridge we've seen, just as far as a swing format. North
yeah,
here.
that's.
Sorry, Dan.
Oh yeah, yeah. North Air Super has that one heart opener for sure.
And what does
Pretty solid.
oh, it's doubled already. Good. There we go. Looks like a nice bid.
Yes. So now, matter of style, what to do with South?
Is it if you have mixed and preemptive available, you would probably preempt, right?
I think so. I think this is one of those situations where I think a lot of pairs technically play the three hearts is preempt it is mixed, but might have something like a pre-alert that says it could be very iffy.
And they might have some agreement as far as like what 2 diamonds would be here versus 2 hearts. 2 hearts might be their kind of like bad raise, and here's 3 spades.
This is
I mean,
iffy. fun one.
Four
Let's
hearts
see.
doesn't look like it's too far out of like the realm of possibility if he could push to it, but I don't know. He's just passing well.
A little surprised that North didn't take a shot at it, although partner, of course, has only shown 3 card raise, which is one of the
Good
reasons.
point. Yeah, exactly. You didn't show the fourth heart there. That makes a big difference for sure. Yeah, and those of you watching from the YouTube channel, yeah, there's a lot of Gavin fans on the YouTube channel. Not surprising. So they're doing quite well. Well, if they get close, we'll show them. But you'll see a lot more of them hopefully later in the week.
I can say that I am unreservedly rooting for Gavin.
There's, it's so hard when, especially when it gets down to it, because you and I know so many of the players that are just going to end up playing for all the marbles. It gets tougher and tougher as we go.
It absolutely does.
Do you
It's
remember?
funny. Oh, go ahead.
No, no, go please. I never want to step on Dana here.
No, I was just thinking of the problem this poses for them getting appeals committees, because they're looking for disinterested players, so players who are not playing. But then it's just like, okay, here are the teams,
Right, right,
and they always tell me that, honestly, my dad is one of the lesser problems they have to worry about. Like they would consider us almost not conflicted,
all right.
given the other, entanglements involved.
I think I remember watching a U.S. team trials at Bob Blanchard's house with I think you and Chris and USA won basically because they had already qualified. That was that was one of the best team trial events I'd ever watched because it was just watching Goodbridge with the best players that are already qualified. It was great.
It was amazing. Was it possible that Bobby Levin was there?
Yes, that's who
Yeah,
was there. It was everybody. It was like, well, Steve I think was there for sure, and yeah, yeah, it was just very cool.
Diamond versus, yeah, it was a great match. Also, it was
Yeah,
very exciting.
yeah, for sure.
We remember these things for a very long time.
Yeah, and we didn't even play in the event.
Yeah.
So four spades and down one in the other room. This they can rip off
Another,
9 tricks here. They're gonna get a nice little swing here.
yeah, a little swing back to um, Robinson. Yeah. Oh, but against Paul Fireman. That was the final, I believe, for
That's
USBF.
exactly, yeah, that and it was our the other usual suspects playing at that point. There it is. Ship it 5 imps to Robinson. Back and forth we go.
Here we go.
Any questions, guys? You're watching on Twitch, you're watching on YouTube, fire those right into the chat. We're watching along with you. Some of the best bridge in the world going on here in Schaumburg, Illinois.
Oh. How are you liking Schaumburg? Rob, are you still there?
Yeah, yeah, I'm still here. I'm gonna stick around till like the start of the mixed and get some interviews with those partnerships and teams as well, and then pack off. But we're gonna broadcast that whole event too. I think so. It's gonna be fun.
Oh, that sounds great.
I can't believe you're not playing.
Did
The world is missing out on one
not
spade.
have the best showing last year, to be honest. Okay, a spade. Oh, a spade double, 2 hearts. That's going to be interesting. Do you think that 2 hearts is natural or it shows spades?
I know that's a good question. Oh wait, he did give us a great box here, so it's a good two spade bid. Okay, all right, now we know. But yeah, you're right. In a standard auction, that would be a good time to introduce your 5 card heart suit if you didn't have spades.
Or even if you did but didn't have the agreement, you can always go back. There's a sort of safety in making an otherwise sketchy free bid,
Sure.
when you have support for your opening partner, opening bid.
So here, 3 diamonds. I mean, nice hand in the north, opposite a takeout double with this hand. I mean, kind of weird scattered values, but did it just go 3 hearts, 4 hearts?
Yes.
Is that right, or is that a misclick possibly? There you go. Or is it just a
They're on
misclick?
the same page, I think. Two-bitting and hearts four spades, I think.
Got it. Because all they know about is the and then four hearts. What do you think four hearts was? That's interesting.
Uh,
It
yeah,
seems like natural-ish. Maybe it's just like, hey, on the way to four spades. If that's what we think three hearts is, it seems like it's got to be right with two hearts being the spade race.
I confess, whatever it was, I would not have had the courage to do it.
Yeah,
But
they know each other quite well, though. Thank goodness.
yeah, this is a very practiced partnership. They definitely know what two hearts means and the one heart double two hearts, a one
Yeah,
spade double two hearts option.
yeah,
So
and they
I no, no
probably
risk,
have a pretty good idea what three hearts is, no matter what the heck it was, which is some sort of game try here that
certainly. Maybe it's an accept and an offer.
yeah,
Three hearts has been a natural-ish game try. It
especially
happened.
with all the shape he has over there. Partner has the Yahtzee hand, as you say.
Meanwhile, they're trying for slam, and it's not. Four is definitely not cold.
In the other room, they are playing an also four spade contract from the East chair.
Not trying for slam. I think this was a game only auction. I suspect.
Yeah, but yeah. See you later, Mr. Club.
So we might be watching this on a slight speed up because otherwise Ish has played this hand in approximately -5 seconds.
That's possible. I was gonna say I was sweating the other table and I look back and eight cards have been played in fact at the other table they just had a little announcement the broadcast is sped up by 5%, so that's exactly what happened, Anna. That's why you're the best. That's why, I don't even have to be here. We can just call this the Dana's 2 hours of bridge if we want. You're-
I think this is a very exciting hand. It's, in my view, very unclear. Well,
Interesting. He roughed a heart
yeah,
back to
roughing a
his hand,
heart,
and he's going to
roughing
play a
a bonus.
club and rough it.
But then he's not going to
He's
be able to get back to the board
Yeah, he's going to lose two spades now.
because he's going to play. If he roughs it now, I think this is an unsuccessful line.
Yeah, this. Well, I guess. Yeah, sorry, he could play nine of clubs, pitch a diamond,
Nine of clubs, pitch the
and
diamond.
then get
That's
home.
sexy.
Oh wait,
Yes.
no, the ten of
Okay.
spades is in Josh's hand though.
Nine of clubs, pitch yeah, diamond, and now he can play a diamond through.
Yeah, no, that
So,
doesn't work
so
either.
that's very cool. So, in order to try to
This is crazy.
recover, recover from this position, his best shot, I think, is right, is to pitch a diamond from the board so
It's
that
to play this so that he can get to the dummy somehow, or just have a spade come through. I don't know.
it's possible that he lost a club spot. Um, but
The other
I
room
mean,
is has made 420, so they're in the books here.
certainly would have been possible for me to lose a club spot on this hand. Uh, the nine, it's a, but I think maybe just it wasn't clear to him how to maximize. He's still okay in a lot of situations, just not on this hand.
Yeah, not on this particular lay of the spades, and the position he's in from. And I can tell you that on this board, one of the first of our set here, we have a lot of people in four spades. One has already gone down, and it looks like this is going down, right? I think
I
there's no
want to
shot.
cheat. I don't think we see any way you want to cheat. Let's see if he did something like now, played the queen of spades out of his hand, what would happen? So if
It
he
would
played the queen of spades out of his
king of
hand, the guy
spades,
had back
queen of
of
diamonds.
diamonds,
Yeah,
and he has no
and he roughs
recourse.
it, and now he has a club that he
His club is fine, but he's still going to lose another spade. So
weird. He's taking his time for sure. He realizes he's like, well, what have I gotten myself into here?
Yeah, he thought he was good, and now he sees the danger.
And he still might be at this point. He doesn't know until well, until this card
Yeah, if the
arrives.
spade split, he was totally fine.
For
There
sure.
was no problem. Or if
Too
there was
bad.
stiff king, he would be okay also.
All right. There's another swing. Bailey, 10 imps.
It has not been boring.
No, I mean, this seems like we're picking up right where we left off in in the last set or two. It's lots of imps jumping around here. Very exciting. But depending on you're rooting for, I suppose. Look at that north end.
Yeah. There, I will say this has been a distributional set. Some of these boards where every player at the table might think they have a good hand. It's been
Right.
auction.
Well, it looked like the third set was the Disney fireworks set yesterday. It was just every team looked like it had like 90 imps or 130 imps exchanging between the two teams. So three hearts probably invitational plus a natural.
I think that's a natural invite.
Does wow that's such a I mean whatever that's such a hard hand to deal with. You have 12 cards and two suits.
Yeah. I
The other room's in four hearts on a more constructive auction, I think. Game forced with the north end, two hearts.
So
Uh,
if you knew your partner didn't have spade wastage in the spades that they opened, you would be very excited
oh, for sure.
with the North end. Now on that lead, North is North is bummed for
Yeah,
sure.
north is real tilted. 'Cause also the queen jack tie of clubs is just is so great for a partner to have. There's
It's a hard hand to evaluate, but I guess, we would say that even on this misfit, basic misfit, kind of, there's still two fits.
yeah
So
yeah.
and game is let's see,
I
one, two, three. It's pretty good. Either the club's coming in or the heart's coming in, or them leading a spade instead of a diamond.
We should circle back to this one after more tables have finished it to get a flavor of this board because it's actually a really interesting one for North.
Very interesting to see what people do over a sort of a standard one spade opening.
Yeah, at the other table, as I said, it went two hearts directly, two spades. Probably is that for your dad? Just like minimum, or you know, or it could be a six, but
I think it must be. So if you would rebid two spades with the south hand, I think that would have to be by agreement the default bid.
right,
Uh,
that they don't have enough to bid three of anything basically, and
yeah, and not a no trump oriented hand.
right, and then it just
Anyway,
went three clubs, so he got to get clubs off his chest, three hearts, four hearts. Okay, thanks, partner. You have a couple hearts. Let's go.
yeah, very tough hand to evaluate
For sure.
from North.
Because if it's more of a misfit, it could be a complete disaster scenario. Because your
And the
hearts
other
are
one,
good, but they're not amazing. They're not like ace queen 10 9 8 or something like that.
but on the other hand, you need like the ace of clubs, the king of hearts, and the ace of diamonds for like a grand slam.
I mean that is true also. Hand
So it,
construction all
you would be
together.
sad if partner passed three invitational hearts with ace, king, ace, and out, and
It's not surprising, Dana. We're getting a little flash for they're taking a small break. Or no, sorry, now they've sped it up a little bit also. So they said they were going to give us a little bit of a wait because it does seem like it's a very quickly played match so far at both tables.
yes,
Four hearts went down in the other room.
very interesting and not good for the home team.
Let me make sure of that though. Sometimes when they speed it up, they might glitch, but I'm going to check the scorecard on it.
I mean, the good thing about
Yep.
wow, I wonder what happened.
It
Club
is.
lead, maybe?
It was a diamond lead. Actually, it looks like a diamond lead just beats it.
Queen of diamonds, king of diamonds, ace of diamonds. So you lose. Oh, because you have a second club loser.
Yep.
Ah,
They get everything out quickly, right? And we looked at it when they had led the spade, right? So they got to shake that diamond, and that looks a heck of a lot easier. But yeah,
I was
sorry.
very careless with my analysis. The second, because of course, if the clubs aren't 3-3, then the 10-4 of the clubs would come in. Well,
Yeah, interesting.
well judged.
Brilliant bid. Three hearts. Well done.
Much better judged than, again, North South are 2, Dana Berkowitz 0.
Well,
Not surprising.
that just goes to show you, like, seriously, those sorts of hands are, they're almost not worth discussing too often. It's like, what the heck are you gonna do when you have 12 cards and two suits? Like, and in any position, like, it's just no one has a right answer.
Wild. I do want to see the frequency. I'm interested in all of these
I'm
past hands have been.
right. I'm keeping an eye on it. There's just not enough comparisons just yet to have a good sense of it. But I promise I will keep an eye. It's board 35, right? Yeah.
Yeah. And now East is, of course, merely 7-4, so nothing. Oh, 6-4, merely 6-4, so nothing. 6-4-3-0.
Dana, we got the good set of the day. We got it. This is us right now.
Here we go.
Thank you, dealers.
A club, a diamond overcall, and Finn looks at his hand.
Yeah, there was a similar hand, except the diamonds weren't as good yesterday, I think.
Oh,
Whoa, resisting the urge, Jadon?
so if the rule is you're supposed to have either a good suit or a good hand to overcall, maybe he decided he doesn't have either.
He's in a tweener area for sure, but I like ace 9 fifth. I don't know.
I mean, he might have done well to stay out of trouble.
Yeah. And thank you all for the comments. And
two diamonds, double, pass. Hypothetically.
Ooh.
So if it's a club, a diamond overcall, maybe Finn would take a crack at passing.
Right.
North certainly raised
but
two diamonds.
Sorry, yeah, because I was just gonna say would Ish reopen, but North would definitely raise.
North would raise, and I think with none, 6-4 on the other suits, he's gonna take a crack at it, double for takeout.
And if Ish could pass, it might guess. All right, here we go. I guess.
Anyway, all right.
Whatever, guys. Be boring. Just play 3 clubs. Whatever.
I mean, this is.
Okay. The results are coming in a little bit more on that last board. I'll leave you in suspense a little longer, but we'll take a look at it together.
I'm dying over here. Meanwhile, this. What? Let's see. How would 3-no do? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tricks. So maybe this is. I'm going to say cautiously the best that can be achieved for East West, barring some sort of number collecting exercise.
Yeah. I mean, this is another board where I think a lot of Souths are going to hop in there, and it's going to be a much more interesting choice and auction for both sides.
Yeah. What would you do over South if you were Finn and South overcalled a diamond? Everybody bet.
I play with a lot of players that like when I declare a lot, so I might give no Trump a shot more often than not. But I don't hate the idea of passing because you do have nice defensive values even outside of your diamond suit, right?
For sure. The only thing that would give me pause, I guess, is the putative club fit.
Yeah, if partner has it.
Defending.
Yeah, understood.
But it's pretty good. And
yeah, and also it's also one of those hands where it doesn't necessarily look like you're making game that often when partner doesn't have extra value. So maybe plus 200 is your magic spot, or I mean, or anything above that is just, as we like to call, free cheddar, which does go well with white wine.
Oh yes, that would be lovely.
And someone says we can see you and Dana much more clearly. I'm very glad.
Oh, great.
Especially if you can see Dana more clearly. That's the most important thing. And thanks for all of you joining for the first time. They've been watching it on the replay, which is good. You can watch this anytime you want, folks. Anytime. If you have to go to dinner or something or do something more important, I can't imagine what would be more important than this. But if you must, you can always catch it on a replay on YouTube, or also the Twitch will stream for a while on the USBF Twitch page.
That's great. Great resource.
Absolutely. And watching good bridge is never too bad. And you can also forward through some of the lulls we might have, but sometimes that can be entertaining as well.
So far, no lulls of any kind. And also, I think this is going to be another swing for also no pushes.
Yeah. 3-0 in the West now on. So we have a lot of people making 4 hearts on that last hand. 4 tables, and then 1 pair taking a 4 spade doubled sacrifice for down 500. So lots of 4 heart bidders.
Tough spot for Josh to figure out if there's a way to beat this. I think the way would have been to try to find partner with a stiff diamond, get him a rough.
I'm just sweating at the leads also.
I don't know if that was actually physically possible after this line of play, but oh yeah, not an easy lead. He did well to get the spades going. Okay.
Yeah, very nice. Now we have kind of a normal hand here with only a 6-card suit in the north hand. Are you a no trumper there? If you played a strong no trump, are you opening one no trump or?
Okay, so here's the thing. Yes, obviously.
Okay, good. Thank you. Okay, I was about to say, are you not gonna open a no trump with this?
So I definitely am a no trumper with this hand. I concede that it's much harder to get to slam. This is a little bit of a scary hand because it's very slam positive.
Yeah.
And you're almost never gonna get there if you open a no trump and partner happens to have the right hand for you.
And for all we know, I mean, they might just be playing like a 14 to 16, and this is just way too strong for that. Also, it's
certainly. I mean, this is a hand. This is a monster. This is a hand that even playing 14 to 16, I would be super happy to rebid 2-0.
Okay, yeah, right, exactly, because it's just. And also, like you said, it's two-way as well. It's a good no-trump hand for sources of tricks, and it's a great slam hand because you just have quick rippers and a nice suit.
It's another one where it's like, let's see, queen of clubs, king of hearts, ace of spades, and a stiff diamond. You just don't need so much to have these slams on certain magical hands.
And for those of you watching, that probably sounds familiar. We talk about this all the time, Dana. It's just picturing a hand that partner could have, like a reasonable hand, and if it's possible, if a lot of them are leading to a really interesting spot, then that there's your roadmap. Queen of Hearts, that looks like a nice safe choice here.
Agree, it looks very attractive lead. This is another interesting declare play hand, possibly. How many losers? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep. A club, a heart, 2 spades, and a diamond.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just sweating the action at the other table. They are playing 2 no trump at this point, and they're wrapping it up. Looks like they will take at least 8 tricks, and I think that might be all they take. They might go plus 120 with these cards.
That seems like a decent result. 3-0 is very appealing with the North-South cards, even with South having a 5 count. That's how powerful North's hand is, but it just doesn't look like it can, withstand.
It's funny, Dana, that the auction you talked about is almost exactly what they had, except they did insert that 2 diamond bid with Finn's hand, which was pretty aggressive, but I guess non-vulnerable. They decided to pop it in there, but 2-0 is kind of that equivalent of that rebid. So, and the South hand with their 5 points, king and queen, happily passed, and hope.
Yes.
Hope to partner.
Sorry about the whole thing, partner.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry that you're playing this from your hand most of the time, but.
I mean, partner, it's actually a reasonably important South hand here with length stoppers in both majors.
Yeah.
Kind of But I don't think this is the hand where I would have stepped out with the West to overcall on diamonds, because you could very well imagine that you actually want a spade or even a heart lead, depending on partner's hand.
I
So I
totally
think I
agree. And at the two level, I think that's just, I don't know. It just feels like bad habits when it's that range there, and you're going to be in there. But maybe it's one
sometimes
of
there's nothing
those.
to do. You don't have any points, but you also can't stand any other lead. Any other lead's going to be a total disaster. And then you get some special leeway.
Right, way better reason for that. But also, like you said yesterday, maybe this is one of those, well, this is that 5% of the time I'm going to act with this hand, or, put this in this range here.
Could be, yeah.
I would guess there's certain, there's understandings of opponents that are probably much deeper in these events than in other events, especially when they get further along, right? So I would guess there's a little bit of not too much variance, but a little varied action depending on who's to your left and your right. Is that fair?
I mean, absolutely.
Okay.
There are players who shall not be named who, you kind of have the agreement, like wait for them to stop bidding and then double.
Okay.
Those they like to bid, they like to preempt. You sort of know their styles, and as you say, at the higher levels of these events, this is a very much a repeat game. These guys see each other all the time.
Yeah, and not only in this event, but all across the country, regionals, nationals, and this is where they see the most of each other also. So anyone that's played this event more than a few times is a commodity, a well-known commodity to everybody else.
Absolutely. Much tougher when you play a pair game and you sit down against a pair that you've never seen before. I know Dad likes to say that his favorite thing to do if they're playing two or hopefully even three boards is to watch them defend one no trump on the first board.
That's a very nice. That's like you ever see some of the oh my god, I saw this cooking movie, The 100-Foot Journey. You ever see that? Like,
Yes.
cook me an omelet. Like, defend one no trump. Show me how you are.
Exactly. It's a good litmus test. So you have a better sense of what kind of opponents are these on the second board? Because people have.
Yeah, and one no trump is the card player's contract, basically. If you're a good card player, especially if you're a good defender of that with your partner, you're probably a pretty good card player.
There are many players out there who, wouldn't be recognized by sight by these elite players who are really, solid players who will, strip and end play you, or
for sure. And some of them look like they're asleep at the table, and they're amazing. So, and
not to mention every once in a while being asleep.
Well, you've seen me on that end of things, and I agree. Listening to Dana does rock Welsh Rabbit. I appreciate that, and Dana does too.
The being asleep. I think this is Adam Kaplan's story that I'm now stealing, but I believe that he was playing. I don't know if it was Kaplan's. It's some during the pandemic. The USBF was holding a number of events online so that the players would have a chance to compete at a high level. And I believe that Bob Hammond was in the finals of one of these events because he's great, the great Bob Hammond.
Yep.
And playing online at home, he might have nodded off.
I mean, can you blame him? Jeez.
Still won the event. They won the event. So the story is that Bob Hammond beat me while sleeping.
While sleeping, exactly. And that's nothing to be ashamed about either. That's what legends do. So we're just waiting for the play to catch up at other tables, folks. As soon as it does, and as long as that clock keeps ticking, we know we're still waiting.
Rob, how many imps have swung so far in this match?
That's a great question. Let's look at it. In fact, there's our scorecard right here, and let's hop over to our big view. And we will see that it's been, 25 to 17 with only one push, and it was the very first board. So, and honestly, Dana, we caught like the second half of that. So we've been the impetus for this swinginess today and at this table, or these tables.
This is what some people would call junior bridge.
Or just one of those Friday night games in New York City, just wildly swinging for the fences after maybe a cocktail or two. Yeah.
really fun.
What did were you did you hear Bob Hammond's title, the title of his book that they're talking
Oh,
about? They're writing a Bob Hammond book, but the title is I'm bad, you're worse. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that's the title of it, but and I thought that was just great because it's true. We're all bad at the best players are terrible at bridge compared to perfection. But
that's I think Michael Rosenberg also famously said that, everybody is terrible. The key is to just like be a little less bad, make a fewer gross errors than the next guy.
wait, you're saying Weinstein didn't say that first because he said it in that movie, and if that was a plagiaristic type thing, we have to call him on it.
I don't know.
I'm
They've
just
all
kidding.
said, I mean,
But it's such it's true though, and it's worth repeating for everybody that's out there going, uh, you know, I need to be perfect, or I have to be, I can't get anything wrong. Oh my God! Like every session, you're just complaining about 70 things you've done wrong, no matter who you are.
yeah, and at the top levels, that's how they feel, right? They just wish they would make a fewer embarrassing mistakes.
Right, exactly.
Uh,
Especially when on
few fewer,
camera.
yeah.
All right, I'm gonna jump us back over to our big table here, folks. You can see us a little better, see the action a little better. Here we are. New and improved broadcast in this session. I hope you guys like it. I think we've economized the screen a little better. So, Danny, you can't see any of this. You're backstage, so
Okay.
you'll have to watch it on replay.
I will. I am frankly surprised that North didn't take a crack at one spade.
Right, he
Having
he has the hand for it, right, and East West are vulnerable.
partner
So
open the bidding.
at the other table, it went exactly the same, except East passed, and now it went one diamond by West, and North bid one spade.
So that is, I have the agreement with most of my partners that that is the only situation. Oftentimes when you pass a redouble, it's kind of for business, for penalties. But because of this one level auction coming up a lot and it being kind of frequent that East doesn't really have something good to do, this is the one exception. When you're sort of at the one level under the redoubler, you can, or over the redoubler, you can pass and it doesn't mean anything. It's
Right.
not, I want to play this redoubled contract.
We had this similar discussion on almost this same auction the other day as well, and now they're simply playing one no trump from opposite sides at these tables. South is playing at the other table. North is playing here. What do you think about when you play with your partner and it goes one banana double? When you bid at the one level, you still play that as forcing unlimited, or do you do different types of things here?
Yes, I do still play that as forcing unlimited.
Good.
There are sort of hand types that I wouldn't redouble with.
Right.
Um,
Because you don't have any desire to kind of be anywhere but your destination that you're thinking about, basically.
yeah. I know some people do play it as limited, right? That if you have a hand that starts at maybe 11 or 12 high card points, you just have to redouble. You have to show.
It's good. It's really good for beginners and advancing players to probably draw a line there like that because it kind of makes it easier for especially the South player to evaluate or the partner, the opener to evaluate. But when you play a lot of bridge and you see a lot of these hyper competitive auctions, you know the advantage of introducing something quickly and also getting your bid in there first so you have more time in that way to describe the rest of your hand as well.
This has proceeded in a surprising way. So North had 8 tricks if he cashed out clubs. Of course, he didn't know that. And
Right.
now
He's going to have to make
East
some
West can
pitches.
take 3 hearts and 2 diamonds. So I guess there's still
He's going to have to
some.
unknowingly pitch a winning club, even though he certainly can't know that clubs were 3-3 on this hand. The other table, they are getting to the club suit relatively quickly. And again, played from the other side of the table, so I'll tell you what the lead was.
So yeah, Finn carefully cashing the heart because otherwise his partner has no way back to his hand and he's going to go to bed with that trick. So well done by the defense to maximize here, and certainly reasonable by North. I think not, this finesse rated to win, and North doesn't know that the club's split.
Right.
So North is now in the sad position of throwing a bunch of winners.
We've all been there.
Yeah.
Bridge is much better than poker in these ways, though, because you're not throwing away chips to your other player, just points. That's all. And what's a point here? So, but honestly, that these tables are playing at almost the exact same pace. They finished at almost the same time here. Same result.
So we're waiting, I think, because these tables are now much faster than the pace of the other tables, right?
Yeah,
So
in
we're
fact, maybe we can look and see where our score sets are, and I'm just going to refresh this real quick and make sure we are an up to date spot. And we're really focusing on these bottom matches. Hammond Simpson 7 imps is the span there, and they are the slowest. It looks like.
oh yes, table still
Table
on
one is
board.
only the open room has only played 4, so that's why we're waiting just a bit, folks. And we will let you know when they start the play up. They haven't yet. I would guess it's not until Simpson plays. We broadcasted that match right till the end in the first set, and we had almost no break in between. So we will try to avoid those marathon sets unless it's the last set of the day, which is the one that's the most important, obviously.
Who can folks look forward to you joining you in the last set?
I have Sartaj from
All
Australia.
right.
Yeah, he was awesome yesterday, and also I have a few people that I'm just gonna send you links incessantly. Please don't take offense to it, but I'm gonna send you links incessantly just for carte blanche access. If you see something exciting and you want to talk about it, you come in. And don't be offended if you're watching this and you don't get a link sent to you. It's okay. You're just you can come
So,
other times when scheduled. But then we have Larry tomorrow for a couple of sessions. That's going to be awesome.
oh, that's special. That I'm gonna watch to learn how to play bridge.
And do you know who else I'm looking forward to? We're going to probably have the Rimstead brothers at some point towards the finals, or at least one of the Rimstead brothers, and I just love them, and they're great players. And we're back in the action right like that. They speed up the broadcast, and we have 78 bids on the table, and another whack job of a hand.
Look at Finn's hand.
He passed the no trump too? Look at him. Is that right? It went a no trump pass with Finn's hand. That's awesome, by the way. Texas, and he's like, all right, I guess I could bid 5 diamonds, double,
I
and
think
he's
the
making
dog on.
this. No, yes, right?
Yeah, he
He
should
can
be
rough
making
out
it,
the
right?
hearts. He can rough out the hearts, and he loses a club. How many players
This
pass this hand over a no trump? I mean, that's amazing.
I gotta say, this is the most suspicious auction in history. This
Is
is one of those like maybe he gets an advantage of that them playing in tablets and not being in the room because the table feel on
I
this.
was just gonna ask you, are you looking for that Cheshire grin, or the just like like or the tempo of this sort of action? Because if he did it smoothly at the table and then just trotted off 5 diamonds,
I would be saving at the 7 level if Finn did this against me. I would be like, there's no way.
oh man, this is awesome. At the other table, it just went a club, a diamond, 3 spades by North, pass, 4 hearts, pass, 5 diamonds, no doubles. No doubles, no
Oh, yeah,
troubles.
making 6, no problem. So yes, but
Nicely
this is
done.
definitely a know your customer situation. I think
Yeah.
probably,
Finn's actions are suspicious here, but
yeah.
the pass was pretty nice work. He got a call essentially, if you will, at for another poker reference for you all. He made a value bet with this weird choice, and he got a little call, and okay.
It was never boring. was never boring,
That's
guys.
right. That's right. 950. All right, so 12 points now. Another just back and forth. Let's just while we're here, let's look at that. Let's look at
Oh
that
yeah.
scoreboard again.
Can we see what happened? I was board 35, I think, that we were excited about to see what happened on that one.
Heck yeah, let's do that. In fact, let me go back to this table to do that, and we will look at. Honestly, we should look at this one too at some point.
Oh yeah. Oh, five diamonds doubled, common result, making six. Is that a gross hack result?
Yeah, probably. We'll circle back to that. Here's all the four hearters on the hand we were thinking about, and that's amazing though.
Wow.
Only a
Yeah.
couple of tables beat it. I guess it was a little more complicated than I was making it out to be, Dana, because most people are making and I did see diamond leads as well, so it
Yes,
wasn't
and
like
they
they got
made
it
even on
wrong.
a diamond lead. That would be very interesting to see.
Yeah, I'll show you. Actually, I saw a diamond lead right here. There we go. 80
Yep.
diamonds. It's Johnny and Kevin. Some people you
Okay.
might know. Okay,
What? No.
I guess.
I mean, I guess if you went after clubs first and roughed a club, you would make it.
But he
Roughed
just
a club.
he just ducked the diamond. So now, see you later.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a quick one. But there were others though. There were more diamond leaders that led to makes here. There's another one right here, and I think
Okay.
this was the one we might have watched. No, this is what we watched. Correct.
Yeah, this is they were only in.
Yep. And that's getting it. That's getting it right.
Oh, see, yeah, that was a really good heart play because I think otherwise he could have played on clubs, roughed a club and dummy
Yep.
high, and still and avoided that second club loser.
All right. Let's look at the one we just saw though. Was at 39. There's got to be a fair amount of results. There we go. All right, so five diamonds double, five diamonds double. But let's. Are there passers? This is. That's
That's the one we
Finn.
saw.
That's Finn. Okay, so I think if I go back, I can cycle. Oh, I love this. What a feature this is.
Oh yeah, that's excellent.
There's one diamond, just like that. Three spades. I mean, pretty reasonable description of that hand, right? Hey, have a pile of
Very nice.
garbage, except a nice long spade suit. Pass, pass, four hearts, five diamonds, double, which didn't get alerted. So, I mean, honestly, you don't mind that being a business double either. You have a pretty normal lead.
Yeah. So Zia didn't have the creative pass.
That wasn't in Zia's. And same here. And that's about it. That's all we have so far to draw on. But that is.
Oh, but here they got him.
Oh, wait, where?
But it wasn't a get so much as a
Which one did I
just
miss? Was it this top one here?
top board in the Lebowitz match. So Zach was a victim of this,
Yep.
but there was a an alerted double of
Four
four
minor
minutes.
and yeah, four major and longer minor. That is correct.
Interesting.
I know.
So yeah, interesting.
I mean, I guess you're always getting a bid from partner, and then you can clarify no matter what, right?
Mhm.
But no one came up with the just straight up pass at least yet. So we've seen the most creative bid for that one from young Kolesnik here. And let's
Indeed.
how long do I get to call him young Kolesnik? By the way,
I mean, he's going to be the youngest Kolesnik for a while.
for a long yeah till one of them and in fact who knows, I don't know. I'm not going to predict any future if
Yes,
anybody.
Rob.
No,
Okay.
no. I was going to start saying things, and I was like, you know what? 2 years ago, Rob would have said things. Here, we don't say things.
Speaking of discretion is the better part of valor. Definitely.
Yeah, right. Exactly. Yeah. So if you want to get a little look ahead, we are on a 30-minute delay here, and we're waiting a little extra time because some players are still playing the boards we've already seen. If you want to get an up-to-date look at the score as far as what's happening now, go to usbf.org. There's some scores there that will give you that live result. I see Dana's face going, "Can I look at that?"
I don't know. That feels like cheating.
Yes, you're
I'm gonna.
right. Every time you log on, Rob is streaming, but I think I have a couple sessions off tomorrow, and I'm going to take advantage of those.
I was gonna say this is especially for the ones that run into each other. This is a lot of talking and streaming.
Yeah. But it's good. I mean, I think it's good for practice, and it's also good to kind of get this whole love bridge set up, get used to it. And yeah, Ewan is going to take over for me tomorrow, and I appreciate it, buddy. Thanks. But yeah, the other part is finding the talent like you to come and contribute to the broadcast. We've been pretty lucky so far. Oh, I forgot to tell you, the one I'm also looking forward to is Adam Parrish and Greg Humphreys. I'm look,
Oh, that's gonna be a
I
duo.
mean, I could listen to Greg Humphreys talk about anything for hours. But especially bridge, I'm happy, and that's just a fun pair. And that was I completely forgot until I talked to him last night. He goes, "Oh, can I bring Greg?" I'm like, yes, of course.
That is gonna be fabulous.
It's gonna be awesome.
I'm gonna watch that. I'm not gonna lie, if I can, I'm gonna watch that.
You can
Uh,
feel free to jump in if you're welcome, and I will leave. I will just let you guys go at it. And that's I think that's Saturday morning, I believe.
Greg, I'm gonna go ahead and on a limb and say he has some of the wildest bridge stories I've ever heard. You
I'm
know,
just gonna promote it as Greg is an Oscar winner, and he will be broadcasting bridge on this channel. Just, so welcome to the interesting people around the bridge world.
Oscar-winning mathematician,
Yes.
Greg
who
Humphreys.
who wrote ways for my friends to gamble more efficiently, just by writing computer programs. So
What a guy! I mean, but
yeah,
yes,
the,
that should be a really great watch. And you know, obviously, he has played with students, but Adam is a wonderful teacher, so that'll be wonderful also for
yeah.
him too.
He and I met, and obviously you and I met in my time in New York, and Adam and I were doing kind of the same thing for a long time, and that's whatever. That was a great place to play bridge and to learn bridge, as you well know, I'm sure.
It is great. I was making a date for myself for the Wednesday evening game um, at, at the club,
Yeah.
which is the last time I was there. I would say Alex Perlin, wonderful player, and myself were like solidly the 40th percentile of the players at that club. It was just table after table of piranhas.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Friendly piranhas, but yeah, they extract their pound of flesh in the cards.
you know, yes. So if you're, I know we all play online now, but it is really fun to see your friends in person and to, eat bridge mix and just be out in the world and socializing. And then sometimes you see Joel and Kent, Joel Woodridge and
Yeah,
Kevin
the
Yoki warming
recent
up.
winners of the platinum pairs, exactly. So it's yeah, if especially anywhere around that area, anywhere in the world, yes, but especially places like that, New York, some places in South Florida,
I mean,
probably
I
also.
think Joe Grew was there.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Anna might have been there.
Johnny Hurd was probably there. Gillian Miniter.
Yeah, it
Chris,
was.
obviously.
Oh, obviously. No, Chris does not come. I go by myself to the club.
he just
Okay,
he,
anyway, so back to this
yeah. A heart, pass, and no trump, two clubs. Double just takeout-ish, right, with some extras, and
I'm
looked like
surprised
Ish
North
was
didn't clubs directly.
also Ish kind of chose two hearts here, which is interesting. Or sorry, one no trump and then two hearts, just to kind of sell a bad raise kind of preemptively with one no trump.
Well, so he had to bid two hearts because his partner had made a takeout double of two clubs. So he had to reveal the heart support at that point, I think.
Right. But didn't it go a heart a no trump initially with four
It
cards on
did.
the
So
hearts?
he treated his hand as too weak to bid.
Right, exactly. He just treated this as a bad raise, and even though he has four, he probably doesn't have a preempt option right away either. He probably played 1-3 mixed.
This is a hand that everybody tried to pass out at the 2 level, and now we're at 4 clubs.
Exactly. It's okay.
Very
Don't
good.
worry. They're at 5 clubs in the other at the other table,
Uh-oh.
and
5 clubs is not going to make.
it's gone rip-a-doodle-doo by the West also. So we're in 5 clubs doubled at the other table.
Uh-oh. I'm saying uh-oh for those who don't know. I am definitely
There's a Berkowitz at the other table. Let's just,
rooting for the Robinson team.
as your brother is as well.
Yes.
And as we speak, guys, I'm keeping an eye on the other scores at the other tables, and if we do get to a super exciting point of any of these matches, we'll go take a look. But we're in a really good spot, I think, Dana, because we're probably going to get to see all the boards, and then maybe have a look at whatever's close at the end to dip in on. So
Nice. So I was wondering about this. Wondering whether East West might have a game in hearts. 1 heart, 1 club, 1 diamond, and a spade, maybe. This is kind of an interesting hand.
I'm thinking about it. Can they shake? Can they get rid of a spade loser?
I don't.
I don't see a way, right? Unless they have some sort of unless they can strip one of the hands and play South.
I feel like there's might be an M play on South because South they might have a hard time getting their diamond winner.
Right. That's gonna.
South isn't gonna have a convenient way.
South hand strips pretty easily too, outside of.
Yeah, it's almost there.
And as usual, questions, comments, throw them in there.
Yeah.
Nothing too personal though. Look, we have private lives.
So yeah, I think spade, 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 and they are toast, in my opinion. So what I mean by that is heart to the board.
Yep.
And then spade hook, spade to the queen, ace of spades, spade. And I think that South has no.
There goes your diamond loser.
Yeah.
Because as you can see, guys, at the end of this hand, all they're going to have left are these cards, basically, once this spade is here. And it's either going to be spade, although...
Oh, no. Spade, spade.
They can just exit a spade.
Oh.
Yeah, it's over.
Of course, the 4th spade.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Almost. Almost
Yep.
Berkowitz. Wrong again, but almost.
It's okay. Your dad was the one that went down at the other table, and he went down too. So you were slightly better. All right, and another slight delay, and that might give me a chance to. My goodness, they're only through the 7th board, and at 2 different tables. There are 2 tables that are slowing it down. Ooh, we know one. Guess the second match that is slowing up the USBF trials, Dana. I have a prize for you also. My mother gave me gift cards that I won't get to use, and I will give you. I have many of them, but they're reserved for our pairs, but I will offer one to you if you get this right.
I don't want to just randomly cast shade at members of the USBF, so I'm gonna refrain from this.
All right, good choice. And honestly, I don't know if I can find the gift cards right now to send to you, but
also, are the gift cards only good for Schaumburg, Illinois? Because I'm not.
No, they're good everywhere, but it's more like Olive Garden-y type places that you might not find on every corner of New York City. But it's the thought that counts. Really.
There's one in Times Square.
I've been to that Olive Garden. Probably it was probably within the first week I lived in New York.
Oh,
I love. For those of you that met me in person, I have a little bit of extra weight, and I like breadsticks. I'm not gonna lie, it's delicious stuff.
So Olive Garden was the best meal of my life. One of the best meals of my life. When I was a kid, I observed Passover. Passover came to an end, and the first meal that was not governed by the rules of Pesach, I was on a school trip, and we went to the Olive Garden in Erie, Pennsylvania. And that was the greatest meal.
And you went overboard. Unlimited? Are you kidding me?
That's breadsticks, all the pasta that you could want. This is like this is an absolute dream for people who had only had matzah for 8 days. This was exciting.
I gotta tell you, as an outsider, I when I moved to New York, I had matzah for the first time. Like, I kind of like matzah. I don't mind that time of year when they put that out. I'm like, I'll eat that. That's good. I'll eat everything
It's
else too.
it's a totally fine cracker.
Matzo
Get
ball
some
soup
butter.
is one of my favorite things of all time, though. If I'm sick,
The problem is the exclusivity. It's the.
only that, right? Yes.
That's the problem. Otherwise, you're right. It's a perfectly lovely flatbread.
And Stuart, that's
But
not fair. Anything with peanut butter is amazing. You can't just say, it's like hot sauce. Matzah and hot sauce. Of course, it's amazing because hot sauce is
matzah and
amazing.
peanut butter is good. I will
Yeah.
also tell you that even though we observed Passover, we did not observe the other rules of being kosher. And matzah with bacon and cheese is also delicious.
Whoa. Now that, yes. But also, yeah, again, even ice cream with bacon and cheese, I'll take it. I don't care.
Lots of good options around.
So there was a time penalty assessed, I think, for a team already in the event. There might be another here. This is definitely the slowest session I've seen as far as waiting. I think, to be fair though, we're probably watching one of the faster tables as well.
I agree with you. Okay, so I wouldn't guess, but do you want to share with us the team that's been assessed the penalty or the table that's holding?
This is not. And let me preface this by saying this is not firsthand knowledge. This was in the chat from earlier, but I believe Shearson was assessed a small time penalty for whatever, but it wasn't a match determining at any point. In fact, it was right at the beginning. Fractional VP.
So I think the problem, if I understand the rules correctly, and if they're the same as they were before, I believe that the penalties kind of get worse over time
Yeah,
in
they
an
graduate.
almost exponential way.
Eventually, you're
Um,
negative.
yeah, so it gets very bad, which can be bad if you have a slow team and you're not physically able to play at the appropriate pace.
We were talking about this in the previous section. When you have players that have disabilities in certain ways, like eyesight, for an example of recent memory, you should have some dispensation for that, going into that match in certain ways, or just some sort of way to handle it constructively. But
Yes, I completely agree. But I also think that that's something that really the players involved and their teammates should make an effort to prophylactically address that up front to make
yeah,
sure that appropriate accommodations are there. It's a little tough. I understand from the USBF's perspective the desire to be sort of militant about this, because if the WBF wouldn't provide a certain accommodation or wouldn't make allowances,
that's
the
a
US
good
has an
point.
interest in sending the team that's going to thrive under the world competition
Under
conditions.
simulation type circumstances, for sure. Correct? Am I right, Dana? I don't. This was never a 3-day event. Well, maybe was it ever 3 days for the championship? That was in the World Championships. It was at one point, I think, maybe like 8 to 12 years ago or something like that. But was the trials always 2 days, basically?
To my memory, it was always 2 days. I think actually sometimes maybe the seniors is sometimes a day and a half. They make it a little shorter.
God, well,
Um,
ooh.
but
And
in my memory, yes, the trials have been 2 day competitions.
I think maybe one of the World Championships was like the finals was a 3-day final or something like that, which meant that's
Hmm.
especially brutal as well.
Yeah. On the one hand, it's great. Same. And look at this. This is a pinochle deck.
I know.
Look at that. Well, look at the north and west hands again.
The spade prevents them from being cold for 6 spades or 6 clubs, it looks like. But north south are cold for 5 hearts.
No, they have a diamond
No,
problem.
they have a diamond rough coming with a spade communication.
Well, I tell you, I don't know if it's gotten closer in any of the matches that were, 100 apart, but this is the set that you would want if you
Yeah,
were
if
down
you're
100.
behind. Yeah, for sure. In fact, I'll keep sweating those. Can I ask a question here, Dana? If you have,
Jeez.
I'm assuming you kind of have a choice of Michaels or Tuno Trump at that point, maybe in most systems. What's your differentiating factor? More shape, the more you bid. Tuno is the shapeliest choice here, Or how would you deal with this?
I don't have an agreement with my partners. Do you? Is there something you recommend for your students?
No clue. No, I don't talk about these auctions with my students. Although
Yeah.
it's it's I always like to tell them to. I would take one diamond as a two suited bid here as well, or two diamonds as a two suited bid, just the opener suit. That's how I would kind of tell them how to deal with it. But
Yes. And I think most standard is that two hearts here, which is not intuitive
would be
to many
natural.
players, is natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like my hearts are better than yours,
Which is
kind of thing.
weird. Everyone thinks, oh, it's a qubit or something. Well, yeah, well, it is, but it's
Yeah. It's a special one.
yeah. There's Ish easy for. I mean, he's delighted. He has he has
I mean,
four
he should be
spades and
concerned.
4 in the minors. Just
I
love to
think
have
Ish is going to
spades.
be worried that he's cold for slam, although his partner, you know, like,
Yeah, because that was a vulnerable 2 no bid, right?
it absolutely was.
So
I'm a
he
little
has an
surprised he didn't
amazing
even
hand.
four hearts.
So here you go at the other table. Diamond, a heart, 2 no, same start. 4 clubs by North, same start. 4 hearts now by East, and
I
now
think
it's
that would have been my choice as well.
yeah, and it went 4 spades, 5 spades. Sorry, 4 spades, 4 no by North. Pardon me, 5 spades.
I mean, North, I don't blame North having the perspective of I am going to declare this hand.
Of course, look at their hand. They have like a
I need essentially one cover card from partner to make slam. Um,
and I'm pretty
partner,
confident the 5 level is safe for me if my partner responded a heart. Are you kidding me? And that
yeah,
and I'm letting the opponents play.
insane.
And this is definitely the right level.
This is the right level for East West, but I think North is going to say no.
No, thank you.
You know, as from my perspective, you could be called for a lot of spades, and I could make six diamonds or six hearts still.
Yep. And in fact, North did push to 6 hearts, Garner. And guess what East was in there with, Dana?
Six spades.
Uh huh. And guess what came next? The
This
hammer from your dad with Queen third of spades.
that's a good bid. This double is very much not to my taste. I think maybe I'm a little bit too much to an extreme, but I would just I would
This
never shut up with North.
this is going to be a big swing for Robinson. It's going to be a good one, right? They're gonna beat 6 spades doubled at the other table, and they're gonna roll 5 spades here, right?
I think so. He's
Have to
going to
lose a
cash two
spade and
spades
a heart.
and probably cash two spades, I would guess.
Yeah,
And then just play on clubs, and
right.
that's it.
And they've already scored the king of hearts and guaranteed queen of spades scoring at the other table. So here we go. Bailey Robinson getting tighter. And this feels like one of those instant match point games. Like everybody's waking up with 6-5, 7-4 hands, making these weird
Totally
decisions.
wild. Those computer hands, Rob. You know how they are.
But you mean, have you played in a lot of stack games?
No.
Okay. It just this is not a conspiracy theory. I'm just saying something's up with some of those hands when you put. This is mathematically not really possible to really have that many 6-5 hands and 24 boards, but
This is not a conspiracy theory. Here is my conspiracy theory. This is the hands are not random.
you're a lawyer. Did I cover myself there? Did I?
I love it.
So this is there it is, 200 scored up at the other table there.
Yes.
And there it is.
It's
Thank you.
definitely what I was looking for. Wow.
850, 6 point spread now. And show us another 7-5. Yahtzee. Oh, waiting for tables. Oh, no.
Have we had an 8 or 9 card suit yet? I mean, come on.
I remember a great story at a tournament. It was one of those tournaments where you duplicate the boards before you play. So in the old school, before all the dealing machines, they passed out a bunch of boards and they hand you your hand record. So
Oh, yeah.
so we duplicated these hands and then go to play a whole session and come back. And one of the hands, there was a 10 card like spade suit and a 3 card, like they were 10-3 or something.
Wow.
And the second session, I sit down and I get a hand that is like a 5-4-3-1 hand that I know I've played before. But they've already made all the boards. So somebody played in a bunch. 4 people at one table saw this hand that had 10 spades in it and three hearts or something. Dealt it again, and then didn't notice it when they picked it up the first time. So it was fascinating, and they had happened to just set out the same set of boards both sessions. It was just ridiculous. But it was pretty funny. Like, did you really think there was going to be a 10 card suit that many times in the same set of deals?
Yeah, it's a little disturbing sometimes. But I'm not gonna cast stones.
Are you kidding me? I live in the glass house underneath a ledge. All right,
I made a very nice play. In the Platinum Pairs finals that I was playing with my husband, I made a nice play in a hand. Like I made a crazy bid that worked out, and then I played the hand very well. So I was in 2 diamonds, like making 5. It was some absurd hand, which was very relaxing and comforting to me because 2 hands before, my husband, who I love very much, we were celebrating our 10-year anniversary this year, told me that I had made the worst play that he had ever seen.
No.
No. To be fair, he told me it was the worst play that he had seen in many years.
Many years.
So,
to be fair, he does play a lot of bridge, so that is a lot of hands that he's gone through. I'm kidding.
But he's such a sweet. I mean, he was then telling everybody about diamonds, like this very professional play of the 2 diamond hand, kind of overlooking the catastrophe that had befallen us.
I like that you referenced that many times with my husband's amazing, just because I don't know. Your brother is hilarious, and also like I told you before, and I'll tell the audience because they probably heard it. Like, wow, Dana was so savage to Chris in that first session, and you were like the nicest you could ever. I'm like, you're such a bad brother. You're just like, just because you produced the lovely young, a baby doesn't mean you can trounce on your sister like that.
Well, he's a pot stirrer, you know that. So
yeah, putting a nice word in front of stir.
He's there to make trouble. That's what he's looking for, and what he'll find.
Yeah, right. So let's actually, while we're waiting, let's see what the most active session has been so far. So here's our score sheet. There's 64 in the Leibowitz match.
That's
the leader so far. 72 in the match we're watching. Actually, we picked the right one, it looks like. And Juster Goo keeping up with their, running schedule. Look at this. They're tied with Simpson.
Wow. That is.
We'll definitely have time to watch that because they're one of the slower tables. So we'll have time to go back and see how they're finishing off.
I am excited to see that match as well. I have less of a rooting interest, but it's pretty spectacular how it's shaking out.
And we were talking about this is one of the nicest matches. I mean, one of the most exciting first round matches to be watching with that level of talent playing against each other and just kind of like the experience in that match.
There are a few teams in this event who are less experienced, which is great to see. But in general, it's just like, all the heavyweights.
Oh yeah. The some of the legends of the game, and we are back at it. Let's dance.
Right.
And let's get you guys to the correct screen. I have you guys looking at a choppy. There we go, folks. 6-point lead for Bailey. Only a few boards left in this set. What do we have left, Dana? 4 boards left, I believe. We played a 45, at least at this table.
Four, five, four more. Yes, that very scientific. Look at this again.
That's amazing. 544 on the north end.
Yeah, but they're bidding our suits. I think I confess I would pass.
I was just gonna say, would you just pass? That's what the only thing I can think of, unless you want to them two spades. You
So
just don't have enough spades for that. There you go, pass.
yeah, we are not going to get. I don't think playing with myself, I'm going to
They're
ever
gonna
get clubs or.
find. Oh, I was gonna say, are they gonna find their diamond fit here? But he just bids a no trump with this hand.
That is surprising to me. I definitely would have bid two
Same,
diamonds.
yeah. And that might, I mean, that might cost them competitive wise if there is going to be some competition on this hand because, oh no, here, I know, here you go, Dana.
Well, so I actually think that this was an opportunity for East. Finn would never pass a no trump, but had he passed a no trump, he might have picked up hugely because now when it goes two clubs past two diamonds, check, check, North can safely double back in
Yeah.
to show clubs and other things.
And here's what's going to happen.
And I think they will get into some contract.
Yeah, so this was two clubs was just kind of a relay to diamonds in their system, and Finn now gets to pass two diamonds as a sign off. And wow, they did let him buy it there.
Oh, that's again not to my personal. Obviously, you could always get in real trouble here. If
You meaning if North decides to get in here?
Yeah, if North decides to get in there, but I think a very common hand type for Finn here is going to be 6-4 in diamonds and spades,
And
and so
he knows he gets to bid it this way without too much, from the opponents in this spot.
yeah, with a very weak hand, and so it's not surprising. I think in the as a theoretical matter for South to show up with great clubs and spade support. Um,
At the other table, they did rebid two diamonds instead of one no trump with these cards, and then it went check, check, double, and then West competed to three diamonds after South bid two hearts. So they're playing diamonds at both tables.
yeah, that's a nice result for both East Wests, honestly.
Yeah, they're gonna make their contracts, right? They're gonna make at least three at both tables, right? No clubs, one
Yeah,
heart, a diamond, and a spade.
I mean there's some handle here, but I think four spades might make five clubs north south.
Yeah, they had they had a real issue with the north end, and north at the other table they passed originally, obviously again, and then got to double two diamonds. But when South bids two hearts, I guess North could have bid two spades there if West didn't bid three diamonds. Maybe that was a
Yeah,
possibility.
yeah. I'm trying to think what the South shape is. Five clubs.
Yeah,
A very, very tough hand. I.
in fact, board 42 has four pairs now in four spades making. And I will tell you that. Yep. So a heart pass with the west hand. That's how North South finds four spades on this hand. That's Zach and Michael. West passing here. Finn once again in there with the anti-field bid.
I think one spade would be a field choice,
Well,
honestly,
you know what?
because
I think it was just the first few that I saw. Because now, well, no, sorry. Out of more than half, now about half have bid a spade, half have passed. So differing stuff here. Weird.
interesting.
Because you're right. You really do usually have a pathway back to two diamonds, right?
Yeah. I mean, first of all, a partner raises spades, terrific. But if
Yeah.
partner just bids a foot trump, as is going to happen a lot, it's fine. And if partner bids two clubs, you pass.
Exactly.
Hopefully not go for a number.
Yeah, that's interesting. It's so four, five, six pairs got to play four spades, making an over trick, and then the others, as you can predict, just playing part scores and diamonds 2 and 3, right? Depending on
I'm sorry.
probably whether West bid.
Heart of spade, two clubs. Yeah, you probably just have to put two hearts there, depending on your agreements. Um, yeah.
Yeah. In
Oh,
fact,
he went down in three diamonds at the other table.
he did. Is that right? Ah, okay. We can probably
Interesting.
we can
Yeah,
see
let's
that
see the
here.
defense.
All right, there it is. King of clubs, and then a spade to the ace. He trapped
Spade.
it. Ace of diamonds. He went too rough a spade.
Spade.
Then he cashed the king of diamonds and let a club.
And now he has to lose a spade, a heart, and a diamond. Wow.
Game over. Interesting. So that was a little bit of a swing, and that is now. Well, we're still at 6. Bailey over Robinson, but honestly, it's trending more towards the Robinson side, right?
It is.
12, 19 and less. And look at this. We're continuing to pick the best set. 2 pushes and then just insanity in every direction.
77 imps.
And
77. One set. Love it. I'm saying that meanly, but I'm filled with admiration.
no, no, exactly. When we want excitement.
Yeah.
We want the stuff flying around, right? So it's like
Oh, they've been exciting hands. Here we have one no trump. This does not look exciting.
yeah, this looks like a brand new attempt at success, and yep, Simpson gaining a 6-point lead now over Hammond. Juster and Gu could be interesting. They're still within striking distance of a great match with 1 or 2 kind of result swings. Dueling 1 no trumps at both tables here, by the way.
One no. It's
Or
like spot.
or I don't know if we should. I don't know if we should have the family connection here. We should probably watch the other table just to. Or are you on the good luck side of things? How do you feel?
Happy to watch the other table. Let's do it.
There we go. Same contract. I think there's just a different opening bid of no. It was a 1 club, 1 heart, 1 no.
This looks like they're in better shape for making this than the other table, but it's always hard to tell.
He's gonna take another diamond and 2 hearts at least, right? So
Yeah.
that's pretty good. And sorry, 3 hearts. Excuse me, 3 hearts.
Yeah, from his perspective, two hearts, but as it happens.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, as we can see, the
You should file a grievance with the slower teams.
uh, I don't know if I'm part of the union yet, but once I get my card, I'll start my grievance work. Are you my steward by any chance, or where do I find them?
Well, I think perhaps the people most inconvenienced by the delay, besides you and Jan, are going to be the directors. So probably they're going to be on it.
Yeah, yeah. I am the least most convenienced. Wait, what?
Oh, so I was wrong as usual. South made three in the other room.
Oh yeah, wow, there it is. Yeah, I'm inconvenienced, but I'm the least important. So that's the key. You know. But I am looking forward to my 2 sessions off tomorrow, and I'm going to be interviewing some of the partnerships. That's what I'm going to take my time to do, and
Ooh.
I have a fun game for them. So
Okay.
I'm going to ask them questions about how they know each other, and I won't ask you to tell me what questions you would suggest, but think of some and email them to me. Right. So here's what they're gonna have: a whiteboard that they write their answer down, and then their partner has to guess what their answer is.
This is the
Okay.
newlywed game.
Yes, exactly like the newlywed game, except with bridge partners. But they're going to be doing it live, and those people will be competing for those gift cards I mentioned earlier, which would
Oh wow.
include, I believe, Olive Garden's definitely part of it. There's a steak place, I believe, Longhorn Steakhouse, also, if you're familiar with that, folks. So there's a lot up for grabs, is what I'm trying to say. At least an
This
appetizer.
this is not to be missed.
This is pretty common treatment for an opening two heart bid here. You have a very good suit. You're 5-4-3-1. Not uncommon to see a five card preemptor with this sort of suit quality and shape, right? Easy four heart bid also.
Agree. I think that this would be my dad, as my dad would put it, Al Roth would roll over in his grave. But this is I think, expert standard nowadays.
Agreed.
See a lot of that.
We saw like a 5-3-3-2, or sorry, no, it was 5-4-2-2-1. 5-4-2-2, and it was still, two of the people on the broadcast were like, yeah, I'm pretty okay with that. Well, all right. And as a reference to that previous hand, Debbie Rosenberg bid two diamonds with the hand that other players were bidding two no trump with in that seat, just as an example of a different choice with those two suited hands. And I guess that would depend on what you and your partnership are kind of talking about or agreeing upon.
Yes.
When it
So
went
I
like
think,
a diamond pass a heart, the one we're talking about, I think.
yeah. So North here made a very normal lead, normally led his singleton, but that's going to have worked out less well than a diamond on this particular hand because it gives declare time to set up the discard.
Yeah, now they shake those diamond losers when they could have possibly set up one or more tricks. It looks like it just getting that diamond earlier.
Yep, that one diamond pitch I think is going to be critical here. Yes. Okay. I'm just satisfying myself that Finn is going to be able to successfully rough two clubs,
He
even
is,
though
even though it looks like he might be able to over rough, but he can draw one round of trump and then rough again.
indeed
You figured that out, obviously, like 10 seconds before I did, as usual.
it's not. We were
It's
both
not a
doing the
race.
same. Not. It is not a race, and we are both playing super fast because this podcast is now sped up by 20%. Whoa!
So you be careful, by the way. Some of these card plays won't make sense. The results will, but when they speed it up, it can be kind of weird. They would never take a board away from a team, but they would potentially just penalize them, right?
Oh wait. Yeah. So this card play does not make sense.
Yeah, do not pay attention to what's going on.
Oh yeah. No, it is. He set up the spades. He's fine. He's fine.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Wait a sec. No. But yeah.
Don't worry. We'll wait and see what the next hand has to. Okay, now the classic hurry up and wait, Dana.
Yeah.
So four spades
Killing
doubled
us.
down in the other room.
But a good save.
Yep, because four hearts
And
was making
four
east west,
hearts.
and that
The
makes
rare.
Robinson a 6-point leader in the event now.
Right. Rare vulnerable save. Very unusual. What I'm saying is, so north south are vulnerable, and their east west are non-vulnerable. So it requires a very specific kind of circumstance for it
Yeah.
to make sense for the non-vulnerable side to the vulnerable side to sacrifice against the non-vulnerable side.
It's such a good preempt here, and here's the same preempt at the table, but there is the action, in fact, by David here. Two hearts past four hearts.
Great decision.
He's in there with double, and they get to play four spades doubled for what ends up being a nice win.
That is also not my cup of tea, and also extremely winning.
Well, actually, now that we're at this, let's jump over to our full view and let's look at a little frequency on this board. And I'm curious how many of the field. It looks like a good portion are probably opening two hearts. Oh, here's a pass right there.
Oh, oh, Vince, interesting.
And now we just have a one no trump opener across the way, and there we are. Let's keep going. There is some sort of week two opening, right? Multi, and then they
Huh?
find their way to four hearts. There's two hearts there, two hearts there. Yeah, that's a very common tree. Vince is the only abstention here from the two heart opener. It looks like
What?
two
Even
diamonds
Chip,
also that.
they play also a multi.
Yeah, Matthew did not. Zia in there with two hearts. Yeah, there's your standard. There's your standard preempt, folks.
Yeah, yeah.
Welcome to 2024. But really, you can kind of see why that is becoming more the standard. That's a really it's better than a lot of hands you would have a six card suit with for sure.
Yeah, I think that's a thing that the the experts that we're watching are going to think about a lot more than sometimes when we're teaching our friends or students, oh, this show's about 6 to 10 high card points. This
Yeah, yeah.
a very specific eight count. The Jack of Spades nobody cares about, but that suit, Ace Queen Jack Nine, that's
Yeah,
special. That's
it's
very
amazing.
very different than
Yeah.
holding assorted values, we might call them, where you have like the King of Hearts and the King of Diamonds and the Queen of Clubs. That would be a totally different hand that almost nobody would open two hearts with. But this kind of concentration,
Yeah, the concentration of values and there's just this solidity of this suit as a whole, even without six, is just really, really good. And we're still waiting. Still, we're very patient people, Dana. Do you have anything going on tonight? Anything
I'm going to
special that's
watch this
keeping you
last
from?
set of
Uh,
Simpson Hickman and
what
also Robinson.
do you want to join us with? You want to join Sartaj and I for the final set?
Uh,
You can feel free. You can drink alone and watch it. Don't worry. You don't.
I can.
I feel terrible for putting you on the spot on a live broadcast. I'm not going to ask that.
Bob, I'm not alone. There are two cats here, as it was meant to be.
Clear. No. Yep. Totally. I'm with you. So, we were talking about this earlier, and there's no there. Some teams just want to play, right? So if you're way ahead or you're way behind, you might concede with one set left to go if you're way behind. But honestly, and even the top pros that might have to play an extra set when they might not feel they have to are behind the players that just, hey, I want to play bridge. I want to play against the best players. So it really doesn't matter either way. If teams like to have that last set off if they're ahead, but there's no shame in playing a full pull, right? That's what we're here for.
No, it's absolutely welcome. I mean, one of the coolest things about bridge, in my opinion, is that you can just kind of pay your entry fee and play around a golf with Tiger Woods, essentially.
That's funny. We need to get you and Mitch on a broadcast together because honestly, I feel like it'll just be the same stuff going back to each other.
It's the same stories.
Yeah, but
We've
it's
known each
great.
other-
No, that's exactly what he was saying because it's the only real sport that you can pay a normal entry fee and literally sit down against world champions at every other table, especially in a place like New York.
Yeah, it's incredible. And from my own experience, not being a top player, but knowing a bunch of them, I feel like they're very welcoming of it as long as the later sets don't go, they proceed at a
At a
steady pace
reasonable pace, yes. Yeah, exactly.
because they don't want to be up very, very late.
Yeah, and when you're down 190, you don't want to be tanking for 20 minutes in a one no trump contract for an over trick.
That's the only thing that I've seen get some of them a little cranky.
Understood.
When it's slow and the march is 200 and it's very slow.
Right.
But if it's just a brisk pace, we're playing, we're having fun.
Yeah, and especially I'd say, not to be ageist, but the younger players get way more leeway as well because it's kind of fun to see them progress also. And the junior bridge community is amazing because everybody's a cheerleader for everybody else, and I like how that always gets paid forward.
Yeah, I think that's just really true. Everybody's really excited to see the younger players, both the expert ones like Finn and the less experienced players show up and get excited and get hooked. And you can, people do this. They're really generous with their time. If you are a young player and you're like, I wonder if Bob Hammond will play with me, probably yes.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to commit Bob, but you'd be shocked. The opportunities to play with the greats. They're very excited to play with
Totally.
younger players. Ron Smith is sort of legendary for bringing along younger players like talented juniors.
Yep.
Um,
So we have two boards left to look at, or sorry, one board left to look at, and we're waiting patiently for it. we have, most of the play is probably finished for this set, but we're still waiting for this last piece of the puzzle to get in here.
you're killing us. You're killing us.
Killing us, Smalls. Uh, so here we are. Yeah, there's still the same result there. Lots of four harders. Ooh, what's this? Did we see? We did see this. Yeah,
Yeah, that was our
that was
match.
the very good swing for our match right here. Juster's a little. Is Juster slowing us up? That would be surprising. They
Duster.
seem to have been doing well.
Oh, they're playing Itai.
They're playing
Who?
what? Mai Tai? What?
Itai. Do you know Itai Low? He's a really super nice guy.
Give me it.
Um,
Oh no! Yes, yes. Sorry, sorry. I thought you were giving me some sort of bridge system that like I didn't know.
no,
I'm
no,
like, what the
no.
heck is iTie? Like I know Phantom Club. That's good. That's I got. But
Oh, Phantom Club is my favorite, as you know. But yeah, so Itai is a very thoughtful player.
I understood. Yeah. Say no more.
He and I were playing against in a regional. We played together against Olivia Shearson and Max. No, not Max. And Sam Dinkin.
Hmm.
And they play a fun system. It was a really fun match. Here we go. I can suspend my story, but the short version is Itai and I get to 7 diamonds on about 22 combined high card points. And it's a very decent contract that happens to go down. And Sam made the best lead of like a low diamond from his doubleton, like 6-9 doubleton, and he promoted his 9 in the end. It was crazy. And Itai says to me, I think it'll be a push. And that was the single most optimistic thing that anybody has ever said to me in the history of my bridge. That'll probably be a push.
That's awesome.
7 diamonds down one. Okay.
Most of my favorite stories at the bridge table involve Justin Blanchard, but I have one other that's pretty hilarious, and you know him as well. You know Rez Hendelman also probably.
Oh, yes.
Here we go. Just a garden variety two spade bid. North has a kind of a very nice one no trump opener, but 4 3 and no redeeming value outside of his 17. And they just
Yeah.
play
And
it.
I think two spades is going to be kind of I guess it's going to come home, but it's definitely it appears to have 3 diamonds
Yeah, he's got to be.
marked and possibly 2 clubs to lose.
Yeah,
So,
it's not not a lot's going to go too well for him on this end. And
yeah, great
the
hand, bound to fit. Partner is not broke. King
the
of
other
diamonds, spades, jack off.
the other table pushed. They're in 3 no trump.
Uh-oh.
2 no trump super accept with the north cards. I guess that's a balanced super accept. Sorry, no, it can't be. No, sorry, 2 hearts. 2 hearts transfer, 2 no trump. Maximum 2 high spade honors, and 3 no trump. I guess 2 high spade honors is pretty useful information. You kind of know you're taking home 5 spade tricks.
I think that's all incredibly reasonable and
It's going to be
very unfortunate.
unfortunate. Yeah. If one or more things is going a little bit more right for them, that's probably not the hardest 9 tricks you've ever taken. They just needed.
Uh, the only good news, I think, is that this is also going down.
Yeah. By the way, I can't stand this feeling when I have king empty and dummy and they just put the queen down. This is just one of the worst feelings you can have. Joel made a nice lead with ace queen jack fourth yesterday. I can't remember if that was your or my set or someone else, and
No.
he got him. It went queen diamonds, duck duck, ace of diamonds, rough, amazing.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll have to, if we get him in the interview
Uh,
chair, we'll have to chat about that.
Speaking of my, evening
There's
plans. Yeah, sweetie.
there's your bridge partner for the
Yeah.
night. Any special message you want me to send to Chris or your dad or anyone else here? You let me know, or you can just say
Oh,
it live and we'll record it for everybody.
I could call them up, but this is much more efficient.
There we go. So you're right, down one here, and it looks like they're probably going to go down more than one. I think in no Trump 5, 6, 7.
That's
I think
seven
they're going to
toppers,
go
so
down.
probably not.
Yeah, I think they're going to go down two just at first glance. I'm not looking too closely at it, and that should be. In fact, sorry, this is the last board. Let's pick up what they're doing, and then we'll take a peek at maybe a sneak preview of our last set with Hammond, and then we will let you go from another wonderful series. This is one of you and I are one of the only times we've done just two people, and it's more than enough because you're awesome, Dana. So I appreciate it.
I love this. I'm gonna do this only.
You
Forget work, forget,
you're carte blanche for you and
uh,
your brother. So and Adam
but
Kaplan,
honestly,
I
this is,
I was hoping
oh,
Adam might drop in and say hi, but he's busy also. So
okay. Excuses, excuses. Um, this hand almost reminds me that the idea that you can have these two hands and not pick two spades reminds me of that challenge that I think they had. I can't remember if it was in the Bridge World or the Bulletin where it was how many high card points can North South have, can a hand have, and not make free no, construct a hand.
I see.
Um,
So to construct the
wow,
highest number of points where 3-0 just can't make, and that's
yeah,
that's kind of interesting. Did you
it was
did
it was a lot. It was like 33 high card points or something, if I remember.
right with some sort of just source of tricks for the opponents or something like that? That's
No,
interesting.
no, no. Balance hands. It wasn't one of those where it
Even
was like, oh,
nicer. So it's even more of a complicated. Yeah, not that makes more
yeah.
sense because it's a Bridge World problem. All right, so that's it for this match, and look at that final score, Dana. 3 points to the Robinson side, but anything could be happening here. Just three for Bailey at the end after a
Too
tied
exciting for
situation.
me.
Let's
I-
let's take a little look and see what's going on. Bramley should sorry, we're a little too high up there. Wow, Simpson kind of jumped out to a bigger lead there. Had a couple of swings, but there's four boards left. This is definitely one of the
All
slower
right.
matches right here. Let's just take a dip in. We'll just see what's going on, uh, and maybe we'll see what's on their scorecard. What's about to happen for them? Here are those last four boards. Then 3 diamonds on this one no trump, 4 hearts, and then 2 spades. So
So East, I can't recall.
oh
Seems
well,
like East must have a lot of plus scores, which can't be bad.
yeah, this was probably a pretty decent spot to be in 3 diamonds on for
Oh,
Rose.
right.
This
This
is
was
where four
the
spades makes, right?
four spades.
Yeah. So that's probably pretty good. This should be the next board. Is that right? 43. There we go. They just played a no trump with the South cards. Is that right? Look,
Yes, we saw a couple of no trump
yeah.
contracts.
Here's that pretty normal preempt again. 2 hearts, 4 hearts.
Nobody, Wildowski didn't replicate Dad's heroic double. That
That's
worked
right.
out well.
I love that. It's just a heroic double. Definitely, I'm going to pass that along as well. And there they are on the last board, just 2 spades. So here, I mean, some chance for some swings there, definitely. In as far as 3 diamonds and 4 hearts, but I guess we'll live to see that in the
Oh,
next
six
set.
clubs doubled.
Ooh, let's see that.
Whoa.
This was that
Oh, this was the hand where, yes, I would not have stopped bidding with anyone's
any
hand.
North
So
hand, right? Yeah. So,
yeah,
so
six clubs maybe,
if
but
you were
even
playing
so,
this against yourself, you would be in some sort of Grand Slam. Is what you're trying to
yeah,
say.
17 diamonds. Yeah.
All right, Dana. Well, thank you so much. And for all of you out there, thank you for watching. People are loving Dana in the chat, and that's not surprising. USBF.org if you want to see the live scores. And we'll be back with the final set very shortly, guys. It'll be exciting, and we'll see who lives to fight another day. And I hope to live to see you another day, Dana, right here with us talking bridge.
Absolutely. Thank you, Rob, for this. This is so much fun, and go all the teams.
Go